On today's episode, we are at Royale's Liquor. Where I'm at, who knows? I'll go by the name of, let's get into this.
Play the intro. I go by the name of Lord.
Let's serve you some whiskey. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you, sir?
Pretty good. My name's Byron.
My name is Parth.
Parth, nice to meet you. So I got a YouTube channel. I go around reviewing random whiskeys, random craft whiskeys, things like that, trying to find things up off the path. Also talk to store owners about what they have.
Yeah.
So came to your store. We randomly just saw it. We had to stop there.
Oh, thanks for coming in the store. What would you like to try? Like, what kind of stuff you like? Type of bourbon?
I like all types of different bourbon.
Oh,
I like to
okay.
be surprised.
Okay.
You know, I'm based out in California,
Okay.
but I'm from here.
Okay.
You know, so I'm always looking for things that we necessarily don't have out there.
Okay.
So I see right now
first
you
I
have a
will
bunch of
show you
strawberries.
all the local stuff.
Oh, perfect.
So this is our whole Missouri section.
Okay.
It's West Burns, Planters, Barrel King, Investment. That's Ben Holiday. That's one of the finest local stuff ever. Everyone got it here.
Okay.
And this is my personal favorite, Planters, because we have 2 times store pick with them.
Okay.
So that's a really good. It's from the Nobleton, Missouri. So we have if you want to try also, we have a sample available for that store, like everything for that.
Okay.
And second, this is all store picks. This is my personal favorite, the Old Forester single barrel, which is we have been trying for that store pick for almost 1 year, and then we got this. This is like 133 proof. You can see that one, which is one of the highest proof kind like that. Cash strain, which is gonna give you the taste of like caramely, vanilla, and because it's spice, it's higher level. It's gonna give you more spice level like clove, cherries. This is one of the best tasting notes for that. And we just received, if you are a big fan of tequila,
Okay.
we just get this Corazon,
Okay.
which is they finishing under the E.H. Taylor barrel. So usually the Reposado age is almost like 6 months, between 1 year, kind of like that. But this one almost 1 year's age, finishing like additionally 2 months in the E.H. Taylor barrel. So this is my personal favorite. If you kind of like a tequila fan, don't miss that E.H. Taylor barrel.
That sounds interesting. I see you got the little store pick tag as well.
Yes.
But that's pretty cool.
And that's a price tag for that one too. High West, that's a really good stuff from Cash Train. This is all another our store picks like Leather Creek, Makers, Yellowstone, Heather Brook, Ramus, Pursuit.
Shout out to Kenny and Ryan. Ryan.
And if you're looking this side, we have a Jack Daniel's store pick with this big Jack statue. Right here. So this is our Jack Daniel, another store pick we just received like 1 month ago, which is a $79.99 cash strain. It's probably gonna 133 proof. So you can see that's a cash strain, 133 proof. This is like all our Scotch section. We have all high-end Scotches right here. You can see this Macallan number 6, which is a very high-end, very limited Scotch.
You guys do like store picks and scotches too, or mostly made?
No,
with bourbon and
mostly
tequila?
made is like bourbon, and we just start like tequila wise store pick.
Okay.
But bourbon is like, right now is the trending for the bourbon.
Yes.
So like we mostly do the bourbon.
Right.
And like if you right now talking about the tequila, we have so many, like right now trading is going for the additive free tequilas,
Okay.
which is the tequila you can get all from the natural agave. The flavor you can get it all from there.
So you guys carry like G4 and Fortaleza?
Yeah, we have G4. Fortaleza is one of the high-end like tequila. It's very difficult to get those in their hand, but we have this G4, Don Fulano, all this. This is all our additive-free tequilas right here. We just had the event with this El Bandido. So that's guy, he just had the event with that guy is, if you know, very famous, the Black Hawks player, the Chris Chelios.
Okay.
He was here. He signed the autographs
nice.
over here. So that's
wow.
his autograph. He just did the event with him. and this is also additive free. And we have a sample for tequilas and our all store picks. So this is all the tequilas, we got it here. And whatever the additive free tequila, we have a symbol with that. So additive free tequila is kind of like I told you, like, which is all the flavor you're getting from the natural agave. There is no artificial flavor inside. So like that. So this is my tequila section. This is
How do you stay competitive in this area with your pricing, and how do you guys handle allocation?
So we have basically here we have a reward system here. So basically you have to get the points. So right now we have some couple like reward point system bottles here. Caribou, Blanton, E.H. Taylor, Weller Special Reserve, and this is the point system. We have it for that. So basically every transaction you're saving a 1% on your amount, and you build up the points.
Okay.
You got a points like this. You can buy that one for MSRP.
Nice.
All those stuff is all basically on MSRP stuff. So that's how we do the competition in the market. And like we have a like multiple liquor store. We have almost like 12 liquor stores in this area.
So it's like a chain.
Yeah, we have a chain.
Is it like everybody's independently owned operator, or is it
No,
like part of the chain?
it's a one guy owned person. Like it's owned by one guy, and that's everything is done there.
So store picks, since it's a chain and it's like 12 stores, is there like kind of like one group of people that go and select barrels, or are people sending you guys samples from the
So
distilleries?
sometimes they send us the sample bottles, like samples, whatever they have it. Or sometimes we go over there, visit a distillery, we try it, and then we select the barrel from there.
Nice.
So mostly they send you the samples over here from whatever they, deliver for like for sampling stuff, kind of like that way. We try it, we choose it, like so we like mostly have a contact with the St. Louis Bourbon Society guys.
Nice.
So they help mostly us like for choosing the sampling and all the stuff.
Perfect.
So that's a good stuff with them. So we just did with them that old Forester, which is they help us to choose with that.
Nice.
Our upcoming store pick is we getting a new store pick is coming. New Riff Rye.
Oh,
We
okay.
getting the New Riff Rye single barrel store pick is coming.
The
soon.
regular one or like the malted?
No, it's regular.
Okay, good.
Regular rye.
Nice.
It's coming that one, and probably we getting tomorrow our Starlight like single barrel store pick, which is a light whiskey.
Oh wow.
So
What's
if
the proof on that one? You know?
I have no idea. Probably it's 122 proof.
Okay.
Kind of like I
Nice,
can say, assuming that because I tried those. That's also really good. Starlight.
Right.
It's a distill in Indiana.
Yeah.
So Starlight is also another good stuff. So if anyone, you can come tomorrow for get that because people already booking in advance for that one because
Nice.
we getting very limited in that.
And so so for your social media outreach, is there like a Facebook page or is there anything on Instagram?
So
for
we
you guys?
have a Facebook page.
Just
we
for this store,
usually,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
For whole Royals particular, we have a Royals liquor page on Facebook. We like usually announce on that for like we just say like we just got this old Forster store pick. So people gonna see on Facebook, and we mention what location currently have these available bottles.
Gotcha.
So kind of like that we update on Facebook, kind of like that, and this is like we just slowly build up our store. So
Is there a line out front, or do people call and hold? Do you do holds or anything? How's it
So
work?
like if it's one of the hard to get stuff like that, so people call us and make that hold for that one, like you told about Fortaleza. So when we post about Fortaleza, whoever call first, we just reserve for
So like
them.
hotcakes, right?
Yeah, we just reserve for them a bottle for those. So
Nice,
this is
nice.
the kind like that.
Well, definitely appreciate it. I'm gonna take a
Just
gander.
look
There's
it
a
out
lot
in
of-
the store. Whatever, if you want to try any of our store picks, we have a sample.
Perfect.
Okay, and I am here always to help you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
So what's crazy is, like in my section, I can barely find any of these. Obviously, I'm a St. Louis native, and there's a lot of great spirits out in Missouri. One in particular I gotta highlight is Barrel King. They do got their own membership clubs. They don't really ship to where I am, but who knows? This may be one I might pick up today. I know in particular this is the one that was finished in the Stag Junior cast, whatever. So I'm kind of maybe excited to maybe possibly pick that one up. This one we may try. This is one of the store picks. This is the one that the owner said this is like one of his favorites, so we might check that one out as well. Coming in next, we got Steel 630. Now I've been seeing this bottle for years since I started my journey the spirit industry. I think this is one I possibly may want to pick up. This is coming at a 90 proof, and the distillery is downtown. Now, full disclosure, if my trip was longer, I would have convinced people to maybe go to the distillery with me, but they don't open until the weekends, and I gotta go, and my brother has to go as well. Yeah. Now, the only thing on this shelf that I do have currently is Ben Holiday from Holiday Distillery. This is pretty good. This is probably one of the first bottles I actually bought that's anything Missouri based or whatever. Coming in next, something else I do have is the soft red Rickhouse Proof. Now this is pretty good. If you love kind of like kind of grainy forward bourbons, whiskeys, this is one I definitely recommend. Let me know in the comments if you had any of the Ben Holidays or Barrel Kings. I'm always kind of curious for the most part. And if we go down here, I'm not a huge sports fan. Help me out. That's Mizzou, right? You can speak. Yeah, okay. All right, so my brother's saying yes, it's Mizzou. So this is 6 columns with the Mizzou logo, 45%, so it's 90 proof. So let's see who distills this. A Jacob Rieger and Company out in Kansas City, Missouri. And that's interesting. That's interesting. What else we got here? Lionheart. These labels are cool. I would say this one's probably cooler than anything out west or whatever. And then the Switchgrass looks pretty interesting. It's a Switchgrass Spirits bottled in bond. And this is, oh wow, it's actually distilled and bottled here. So that's actually pretty interesting. It's actually here in St. Louis, Midwest made. Let me know in the comments if you tried this one right here. So that's actually pretty interesting. Then they do have an 80 proof version as well and a rye version. Now here's the dilemma. I only bought storage for a few bottles to take back on the plane. So I think I may only pick a few from here because I already got a few I got back at my brother's spot. But in the perfect world, I would just walk around with a suitcase and just grab them all. But I might just do a few today. So they do have the Old Forester store picks, as he mentioned. I like Old Forester. A lot of people don't like the Old Forester store picks, so they do drink a little hot. But every once in a while, hell, you can't go wrong with a nice Old Forester store pick as well. These make hell of a great old fashioned as well. If I actually had space, this is actually one in particular I would pick up. I'm always curious and trying tequilas that are like kind of stored in a barrel or something I personally have right here, but I don't have space for this. If it's still here, maybe later when my brother gets back, I'll tell him to grab me a bottle. He now knows where to go. So we're looking over here. If you watch the channel for a long time, you know I'm a fan of Elijah Craig, especially store picks and the batch group. I just recently purchased the A125. I can't wait to take it back and see what it's all about. Also, if you do follow the channel, I am a fan of Pursuit Spirits. Shout out to Kenny and Ryan. I have a few of the Pursuit series before they started doing the other ones I'll show you later as well. Overall, they got a great selection here. They got the James Pepper. Let me know in the comments if you tried this one in particular, the James Pepper decanter. Also, they have a few old store picks of the Old Pepper as well. Old Ezra, Old Cortero, and the Rebel. Now the Rebel I have a bottle, I think, a store pick of a Rebel I haven't had yet, and I probably should get around to get to it. This right here, shout out to Castle and Key. It's probably also one of my decent favorites. Super easy crushable bottle, easy to find at most stores as well. Now they do have a burn height right here. This is the A224. I bought one not too long ago. Actually, thoroughly enjoyed it. I've been sipping it slow because it's kind of hard to find. So let me know in the comments if you are a fan of burn height. All right, what we got here? I got the Gentleman Cut, Steph Curry. I don't know if you guys seen those bottles that he's coming out with. It's like $4,000. I personally won't be getting that. Each his own. They got the 2XO down here. The Oak series, whatever. I believe these two I have at home. They're pretty decent. Buzz's Roost I don't have. They don't really have this in my area. So like I said, once again, if I had space, this is probably something I personally would pick up because I hear such good things about it. Oh, this one looks interesting. I've never seen this one before. So this is a brand called Up and Down. Label looks pretty cool. It's 80 proof. And this is produced and bottled by Central Distillers in East Hanford, Connecticut. So they don't distill it, but they bottle it. But the label's kind of cool, and it's not a bad price for an 80 proof. So yeah. So RD1 was another one for years that I was looking for. This Amberana was basically the craze on the internet like 2 years ago, and it took me a year to get it after it was a craze, but I like it. A lot of people don't like Amarana, so yeah. Let me know in the comments if you like Amarana. I love Amarana. It's nothing like that cinnamon toast crunch feeling, or French toast, whatever the case may be. Each his own, you know. They also got some store picks of Maker's Mark. A lot of people don't care for it, but you know, I like Maker's Mark as well. Overall, they really got a good selection here. We're just in the store pick section already. I'm like overwhelmed on the plethora of store picks. So let's find the regular section. Oh, and there's another salad. Here we go. So they do have 13 Colony. I don't have a 13 Colony yet. Probably should get it while I'm here because once again, it's hard to find in my area. They do have the regular bourbon. They don't have the double oaked. They did. I would just be like grabbing a bunch right now and get them because you know that's super hard to find. But if you need the 13 Colony and you're in the area, this is the place to get it from. They do have the rye, which I heard the rye was actually pretty amazing. So that may be something as well that I might get. Now, if you're watching the channel for a while, you know I'm a fan of Russell's Reserves. They have the single barrel of the bourbon and also the rye as well. And the price is actually pretty decent. I've seen these go as high as $85. I personally wouldn't pay $85, but they got it here for a decent price. Yeah. Next we got Red Line. I've never heard of Red Line, but let's check it out real quick. So this is their bottled and bond, and this is distilled in Indiana. Now I'm not gonna go ahead and say it's MGP because there's obviously a lot of distilleries in Indiana, but let me know in the comments if you know anything about Red Line and if I should get that. And I see they also have something. This maybe finished in honey. Says the Hive edition. Yep. Oh, it's finished in honey and Amarana cask. Now, that actually sounds delicious. You're gonna get the best of both worlds with that honey and the Amarana cask, and it is at a decent proof as well. Then they also have a non-chill filter version, so you get a little, you know, higher proof with that one. A little barrel esters. It's pretty cool. 1792 we got at the bottom. Lucky 7. I don't have any Lucky 7 in the collection. Motorhead. Let's see what this one is about right here. This is a cool design right here. This is the 80 proof Ace of Spades. Let's see who makes this one. It says distilled, barreled, and blended and bottled by Proof Artisan Distillers. Yada yada. It's in Fargo. Don't you know? So, yeah. That was a dope show. I don't know if anybody's seen the show Fargo, but I like that one as well. We got some Willet Ryes here. I hear they make a hell of an old fashioned. Haven't opened up the ones I have. There is a RY3 cigar finish, Madeira rum, and Naranja cask. This actually sounds delicious. I'm not gonna hold you. Let me know in the comments if you tried this one as well. Yeah. 1792, you know, when in doubt, you can't go wrong. You can find this at everywhere from CVS to Walgreens to Walmart. So if you're in a pinch, you can never go wrong. All right, next we got another Rye 3. This is just a cask strength version, finished in a Naranja cask. This one also sounds delicious as well. We got Travelers. Now, I haven't did a review on this one. I have this one, but let's just say I would not do a review on this one. I personally don't care for it, but if you like it, let me know in the comments. Sazerac Rye, you can never go wrong with that. They have High Wicked Nulu. Now, I'm a fan of Nulu, in particular, like their ones finished in like honey and other barrels for the most part. Oh, the Nulu Amberana is delicious. You can't go wrong with that as well. Yeah. I should have brought some water. Yeah. Alright, what we got here? We got Hemingway, we got Journeyman, we got some Remus, and so on and so on. And it's just a lot of stuff. We got Blackened, and then behind us, you've seen the channel before. You know I am a Jim Beam fan. Anything that Jim Beam makes, from like Knob Creek to Booker's to Baker's, you name it, Little Book. I love it in particular. They got this aged black 7-year, which is delicious. Ooh, everyday sipper, great proof. Double oak, which I've got before, is not bad. The single barrel, which for the price actually is pretty decent, so you can never go wrong with that one. They got the Devil's Cut, and then the regular Jim Beam white label, so you can never go wrong with that as well. Once again, if you've seen the channel, you know how I feel about Michter small batch. This is delicious. Every chance I get, I like to make sure I have this on deck. This is kind of like one of my everyday daily pours. I personally like it. They also have Michter's small batch, Michter's single barrel rye, which is also pretty delicious, and the American whiskey unblended. Moving in out of Las Vegas, we got the Smoke Wagon series. Now, when I got into my journey, these were some of like the first ones I started collecting as they were beyond hype at the time. And Smoke Wagon, I feel, had their run and they were pretty good. Oh, excuse me. It's been a while since I purchased a Smoke Wagon, but if you need Smoke Wagons, they have them all here. Everything from the uncut, which is delicious, bottle of the barn rye, which I have not had yet. And they also have a bitter select of the rye whiskey, followed by the malted rye whiskey. And I see they do have 2 store picks of the single barrel rye and the private barrel. Now, that price is pretty good. I've seen these bottles go really high. Once again, if I had space in the suitcase, this would be one I would pick up as well. So, next, I got to shout out a little old fashioned. One of the YouTube channels I personally like. They're always talking about Penelope Wheated Bourbon. We don't have this at my area yet. I think I'm gonna wait because we do carry Penelope, but not this one yet. But I think we're gonna wait on that one as well. I believe he also picked that one up as well because we were talking about that. We got the Penelope Barrel Strength, which we do have, so I think I'll pick that up when I get back. Architect, which is pretty good. A lot of people don't like it, each his own. And the regular 80 proof Penelope, followed by the Toasted, the Rose Cast, which I like the Rose Cast. A lot of people don't like the Rose Cast, but I personally like it. And then we got High West. Now, High West is pretty good. Let me know in the comments if you like High West. We got Rabbit Hole. We have a huge plethora of Rabbit Hole section. So next we got the Sagamore Spirits out of Maryland. This is one of my favorite ryes. They have a nice Sagamore collection. I love their cash strength. So let's see what they have. So they got the regular Sagamore rye, which can't go wrong. They have the L cast finish, which I do not have. Once again, this is hard decisions. I think my brother's gonna hate me because he's gonna become my mule, and he's gonna have to store most of these at his house. Hey, we gotta do it one more time for everybody. We got the cash strength. This is pretty good. I always make sure I pick this up, whether it's in the 750 format or the 325. You can't go wrong with that. The double oak, I always try to convince people, you know, this is where it's at. If you want to try something different, the double oak Sagamore rye, can't go wrong with that. Sherry finish is also pretty good. I honestly forgot I had that bottle until I saw that right now. Let me know in the comments if you tried anything from Sagamore. Next we got Templeton. I personally haven't had anything from Templeton, but they do have the bourbon and the rye here as well. We got some good old chicken cock. Followed by Old Elk. Now, if you watch the channel, I do like Old Elk as well. This 4 grain, I really thoroughly enjoy this one. And they have the straight wheat whiskey and the straight rye as well. They got some Redemption and some 10 Cup. They got 10 Cup 10 year in the comments. Let me know if you tried 10 Cup 10 year. I haven't had anything for 10 Cup, but you know, who knows? Maybe I might pick up one today. Yeah. All right, so we got some Wilderness Trail here. We got the rye and the wheated. I never seen this bottle. This may be new design for them. Let me know if this is the new design label for Wilderness Trail. I'm pretty interested. Followed by 5-9. I never heard of them before. This is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, bottled by Owensboro. So is this made by Green River or Bar? Who knows? But let me know in the comments if you know anything about 5-9. That bottle is pretty cool. They got some Noble Oak, some Clyde Mays. They got some Hirsch, some Breckenridge. Now Green River. Now if you've seen the video of me at the I forgot the name of it. I think it was like LA Whiskey Fest. I did speak to the guy who I believe is the general manager for our area for Green River and Bardstown. Now they do have the bourbon. No, this is the 4 proof. They have the regular one, and they have the rye and the wheated. Now the wheated is pretty good. It's pretty decent. It's not as good as the Bardstown original wheat. I personally like it. You know, I like it better than Antique 107. I said it in the video. You guys agreed or disagree, each his own. But you know, that's there. Now I would say they also have Bowman. Shout out to my man Whisk Eats. He just did a video where he compared the Bowman small batch to the Blantons. So check them out. I'll drop them down below. My man Whisk Eats. Alright, so now we got the regular Angel's Envy, which is pretty good. Angel's Envy Rye. Now I tell people all the time, this is basically Christmas in a glass. And also this is an amazing price that they have here. So if you do like ryes and you possibly have a friend that maybe not into ryes, I suggest you probably pick up this one. But this is a great introduction to people who may not be a fan of ryes, because it's a miracle what they do with that thing finished in Caribbean rum cask. Next we got the Triple Oak. Triple Oak is cool. I purchased that. Don't have to purchase it again, I'll tell you that much, but it was cool. Got some Heaven's Door, some Redwood Empire. They do have the new 101 Empire pipe dream, which is cool. Somebody just asked me about that the other day. They have it here. So if you're a fan, this is where you can find it. Next we got some Emerald Giant Rye, Lost Monarch. I actually like the Lost Monarch. It's kind of like the brewer I run. Got the Rocket Top, and they do have the Cash Strength series. I don't have any of the Cash Strength series, but you know, maybe if I clear some space out, then, you know, we can get some. This part right here we're not going to talk about. We will talk about Knob Creek. You do know I'm a Knob Creek fan. You've seen the channel. The Knob Creek selection is crazy. Can't go wrong with the regular everyday offering of the 100 proof. One of my personal favorites. Once again, you can find it everywhere from Walgreens to CVS to Target to Walmart, everything in between. They got the rye, the smoked maple. Now, I admit, I have this in my coffee. Not every day, only on the weekends, with a little of whipped cream, and I shave some fresh cinnamon off my cinnamon sticks, and I add a little nutmeg. But this smoked maple is where it's at for a little vibe in your coffee. Goes a long, long way. Single barrel, if you ever want to get me a gift and you're unsure and you're at a store, just pick up the Single Barrel 120. I'll be forever grateful. Don't pick up anything else though. The Bourbon Rye, which I personally like, yeah, you can make your own at home, but why go through the hassle when it's already done? Next we got Maker's Mark. Can never go wrong with that. 101 I personally like. 46 you can't go wrong with that, and the 46 Cash Strength. And they also got the Old Label as well. And then Jefferson's, the only Jefferson's I have is the one, I can't think of the name of it, but it was the one that was aged by the equator or something. That one was pretty good. So, we got some Wooford, can't go wrong with that one. I just picked up the double oak. I personally like that one. They got the wheat, they got the malted whiskey, the double oak, the rye, and the standard offerings. Oh yeah.